ne 3 countries na omo co-hosti ejumedie no na because ye draw na madam go Germany no send message abrofo de so we organization na I mean very very colorful, everything is on point. Omo time behind the so mo ye and ade na nyese bibia si na ye ja bibia ma bibia
but which no kwenya enya abrofo de because I remember even see I heard calf so organized draw. Ako very very fine. Even Ghana Hakrano, MTNF Cup on your draw na ekoye. Enti enya abrofo de. And no event was super organized, and it was very very nice. It's interesting in komo bebre no. Interesting in komo bebre no. Na before we bebem no. The chime in komo ni nyina. First of all, the first game of the World Cup, Mexico South Africa.
Yeah. In 2010, World Cup of course was South Africa. No? Yes, I can ukakrebi na yefani ayala nkomo no.
What do you say? It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala. Goal, Bafana. Goal for South Africa. Goal for all Africa.
Okay, enti sa World Cup no. Arantie Chabalala on the chef first goal. Awo ayedwumadi na say ebra am in Mexico. Boy, afi World Cup I started on the 11th of June no. Yenya Mexico ono so tenafie achen South Africa. Ayala dey na man ye dey.
So Rich, you see? Okay, on say I say event be a esida na enka loto me ka say etwa butu no. When the World Cup was coming to Africa, Rich, the anticipation was that Charlie World Cup ebeko ye ni ebeye denie. And that was the first game. South Africa, Mexico. And the way Uncle for anticipating the next World Cup. Rich, the first game is a repeat of the first game of South Africa 2010. A coincidence be a FKK. Number 2. Rich, defending champions Argentina. And I think that this World Cup there were a lot of stories with Africa. Defending champions Argentina, Rich, everybody on first game
Against
and
Algeria.
start on defense of World Cup against Africans Algeria. Into a Lionel Messi against Riyad Mahrez. Now, Rich, and you don't go on. Minister Washa, if you've really paid attention, Rich, who say, you see, Sunday by da every Saturday anajo. So World Cup by da every a lot of the opening games of groups, Rich, there are some groups the opening games of that group. Just say already Emma who salivate say you want to watch the World Cup.
Brazil, Morocco.
Group C. Brazil, this current Brazil way against Tima Edu the semi-finals of the last World Cup. Brazil, Morocco, Group C. And the opening game. Now, Rich, and you don't go on. Uko Group F. Maybe a Netherlands one. They will play their first game against Japan. And Senansewa follow World Cup. That game is a cracker of a match. Now, any Rich, then game now, what a match! France against Senegal. And that takes me back to say France against Senegal game.
I give you the memories. Oh,
yes.
France Senegal.
Beam opening match. And the last time I see it was an opening match of the group of our group. And to group I was France against Senegal. Then Rich, the opener in your group, the England Croatia game. Super game. Now, and you Rich, and name brain. In world football, How many are two best strikers we are?
World football.
CCA strikers me no.
Erling Haaland
Bopa.
and Harry Kane.
Erling Haaland.
Sorry. Omea through.
Yeah.
You say Harry Kane for more or no. Haaland for more offer. And Kylian Mbappe.
Good.
Serious.
Rich, do you know, say, one of the games I ever share in the group stages, the game between the best two strikers in Group I. France will play Norway. Yes.
You mean Kylian Mbappe
against Erling Haaland in Group I. One of the games. You have those two top strikers leading their national teams to face each other. And see, they're talking points in the Dawson. But say try say zero into Ghana Group L. The first thing you get and say, Rich, Ghana need Biase US and as a Canada. Nyanko point here and Mama double the dose. Now, you play your games in US and in Canada. Only in the group stages. What it means, and say na ye kasa because ebia omo to kwakwa World Cup no will want a US and Canadian visa. Rich, right from the group stages, you have to apply for both. And so we all know they must give you. Because there are games there, and to say a World Cup na bia, ye the Mexico group now so because of the nature of the World Cup, now there are games in the US for Ghana, there are games in Canada for Ghana. And see, but Rich, there is one thing. A interesting, mommy. Rich, this World Cup is going to be one of the most expensive World Cups I ever call.
And according to FIFA president Gianni Infantino, I was almost expecting the past 6 billion to watch the World Cup.
What do you mean? America say it's one of the most expensive, no? What do you mean, question? Katano. Rich, the whole World Cup was played in Doha. Tiama said Ghana, World Cup was played in Accra. And 2022, World Cup now shining. All the games was played in one city, Doha. Into Rich, all the countries that call World Cup and no supporters, no, we were based in one city. Sebi to quite and quite.
Yeah.
But Rich,
really different. Country 48.
Oh dear, me semin Kobe as Ghana. Rich, you have a first game in Dallas, US. And first of all,
I think Dallas or Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to travel to Dallas. Who's your first game, which is the Panama game? Then you need to travel from US to Canada and watch England against Ghana. Rich, from Canada, over back, on Dallas,
Philadelphia.
Then you are going to Philadelphia, back to US to Philadelphia. And by the time I had 3 group games in Ukraine, now we play the guitar. Any hotels are done. It is going to be one of the most expensive World Cups. You need to find money from now to say World Cup never starts in there. Rich, so why you so to quite you really need to find money. And yes,
because even Ayala, so what US crown from one state to the other state, you know. And
Rich US a crony. It's like the whole of Africa.
Yo, baby, one man travel by 3 hours.
4 hours now to play. Play and yet battle.
The same Americans.
I said the free come and said Morocco. Uko Morocco is 4 hours. Me see the US assassin and they said the whole of Africa. And you need to be traveling within it. And I will credit outside Canada back. So you travel outside US, come back to US from Dallas to Philadelphia. Now, my in fact, Koshi we Magana phone me. Yes, Ramo. And I'm going, oh, me call World Cup nibi. Me call World Cup nibi. As no one how much is nibi. Which you be phobia.
and I'm also a video and I'm in a car man when ye. Because embassy one hour police have you.
Of course, all those things.
What they're banning in county.
I don't person now I'm on so Trimukune
videos and I'm
say now all they are call affecting cover. But Rich, yeah, we are for World Cup no, but they will only watch one match.
And then it's true because
could do Dallas now share any Panama game New York.
We're traveling from Dallas to Canada.
Yeah, because when you play ticket or the Canada. And who goes who kwaba? Into Okoba now say ko Philadelphia. Nti aho ya na budget constraints nti to bu ha obaka so okay measure Panama men ko Canada but metwa me Philadelphia there.
To Omoba
na measure omo ho. But the best game too is against England. And so they ko Canada no. And now say Benyan Kofo so rich they will get the Canadian visa and go and wait for the Blasters in the second game. Obaka so okay World Cup when you be answer kwade or say England Ghana. Or you're satisfied. Now, at least when we say, or share one match, or the idea of entity, Rich. Those are the entity wanted to me also say.
I feel my two as a
reaction.
Very expensive.
Very expensive World Cup.
No,
bedding.
Ticketing. Hotels are better.
Match day tickets.
Traveling no crowd.
No crowd. Brutal. Now, Rich. If I bind, and I saw the supporters Beko, which I know are the supporters Beko, Rich.
I bind the supporters Beko. Because I think the last time the sports minister was very emphatic.
Oh, but so I try you tender that I want to
an enemy.
Oh, Nancy on the Lexus boy, their platform. So
okay.
I see, oh, they are looking for corporate sponsors. Now, or might be the supporters.
So this time, any from the government.
Oh, that has always been the rhetoric. So you know what it means to say that. Now, Rich, the budget Abai will need.
I know where they fetch me. Obi show no so war. And war America now. Also from Dallas to Toronto. So go give me Libya. Unya $1,000. Azan wait me akwa ko ibi.
Plane ticket
no.
And only a ko ne obana.
I don't know unless ABA.
Or the mention
my breakdown no.
$1,000
from Dallas to Toronto.
Okay.
So
ebet my say o ko aba. About your flights and is ayana
ne price no.
And yes I format. Ne bone say then you gidi say there we anticipate one. Now Rich, if you are spending $1,000 from Dallas to Toronto and back, baby, I'll be done by you. And I'll be doing my. Or match day ticket in my. Oh, Baswa. Mibisano plane where do we see head over back to Dallas and I say, so how then will you go from Dallas to Philadelphia and so where?
And so say travel from Dallas to Philadelphia so. Because definitely heading our plane the best out back to Dallas.
And I said,
yes,
and that's why I use a job tickets, no, from Dallas to Toronto, from Toronto to Philadelphia.
And I buy cigar or Gigi, and I use what Gigi me to buy.
What you say? I buy budget or na to take supporters along this World Cup. Rich and yes, kaketwa. Because supporters they all do omukwa. Rich baby umbeda ina ya woka o. And they no umbedi ya woka. Match day tickets ya woka.
Ona beto.
Bibia.
And they kind there. Very, very expensive.
Very expensive.
America for the Union more American and Canada no. Mumu akwa from veche money ade no. Mumu run down ibi na. Yenhwe from Dallas to Toronto no. Ze bi Ghana ni bi person oba no be game ni bi obenya sei. Na yemfa ticket ni ade na nke ka ho na. Em say ade na ni ehunu zarem say. Ebe yire say.
Uya be. Uya. When you cry. We have 100,000 Ghana cedis to go for this World Cup.
Can they 1 billion?
I'm telling you. One prepare crown. You need close to that amount. So now Osha match BAB the team nechi be biomeko bia. E Philippa say walk up. which you need that amount. Me, I've been at the World Cup before, so I know what I am talking about. For journey with internal travels.
Or travel from one destination to the other.
Or they are coming because so Charlie, me say me go didi. Till the family go KFC and now McDonald's. Until Uber. Rich, you need money. You need a lot of cash. And a lot of support to be there. A lot. Until Momo boy now answer the video group in the common Rich. Ma yenti reactions in the be. Auto said
from
draft code knowledge.
Yeah, group no.
Yes.
Which is group L no. But the air draw ni we no. Auto say yen group ni a tough. The reason I say a tough no. Yen go to your no ankasa.
It's a tough group, but it's doable. There are worse groups, to be honest. I'm happy, especially for our fans in the east coast of the USA, that they will be able to see us. So for this, I'm very, very happy. And I think, especially if we have a good start against Panama, from there we can continue to maybe from another perspective, or from England perspective, or Croatia perspective, to do one or two surprises.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Enti Otuado no or say your group no very, very tough. Na ade ba ko aye ne dewo your group no ne say your matches na be no US ne Croatia na at least Ghana for do down ho am so betimi aba stadium edom support e de abre Ghana team no. Na ade ba ko so say den say your first game against Panama no. I mean a game as a Ghana team and yema ya you betimi afa at the 3 maximum points no. Na fi England and Croatia ne there e will be a game. Also surprised betimi see. And my group no very, very tough pa. Now I say your first game na yebo ediatia Panama no. We need a good start because another bet say betimi a qualify the free group num and I say yentimi and qualify.
Not intelligent to think about these kind of situations. If it's the case and we still qualify, even though we're third, and it's fine, but surely we take it match by match. We want to win every match, this is for sure. And like I said, once we get a good start, then anything is possible. On a good day, I know we can beat everyone, but I know also we can lose against all of those teams, also Panama, if we underrate them. So we have to be prepared well, and we will prepare ourselves well. We will study the last games of each on every team, and we see, we take a closer look on their strength, but also their weaknesses, and try to prepare as best as possible.
Okay, and I know I Otuado no say young group ni hu, and joining the team no so kwatena na countries omo buy a group ni na no makwohwe obia baby o ya de ene baby a omo anya de se na bia ihia omo a ebe hu kwan a ebe fa so ene omo abo na o say ade ba kwa hu ene say after the draw no as obia yo so say Panama de mremrem ne fugu ye be hye omo se dabi say football no baby adu no untimi enkase team we ana country we de onya de enti Ghana will prepare very, very well because I don't need they start air competition no so no koya eno na ebekire say World Cup no be ko ye de aman ana say enkoyi na England the Three Lions team na eba no Thomas Tuchel former Chelsea coach and the team no eba and also after the draw no Thomas Tuchel as you say
Croatia is the standout name, the highest ranked team from pot 2 that we got into our group. But listen, Ghana is always full of talent and can always surprise and has a big history in World Cup football. And also Panama will try to make their most as in their underdog role. So no one can be underestimated. Everyone deserves the fullest respect, and we will show that.
Okay. Enti eno aye Thomas Tuchel after ye draw no and I say aye draw ni we ni so we team bit say aye Croatia at pot 2 teams na no ho den no mo ka ho bi and na omo beto aye group num also Ghana dey say dey ndem nim no e ba no talent a Ghana dey kuta bi pa enunti oboboa no ho na o dey ahia o say yes Panama so we in group na look likely as omuna ambe the Ripping Boys as omuna munche da enyedu ewo eye group nti omu nyina no kwotena se na ono nso ahwe eye teams no no kwanya on in England team no nso betimi approach omo enso ewo ho Croatia we nim samo mo we nim na we so betimi san de amamia na afi yam but before no asamoja na ono nso draw no as a former Black Stars captain asamoja ono nso after draw no Australian group no tricky.
Well, I think it's a very tricky group right now, and all the 4 teams wants to qualify, and definitely we are optimistic back home. Everybody back home wants Ghana to qualify, so we'll do our possible best to qualify to the next stage.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Time to wrap it up, Rio, and I feel like they're going to beat England if it's up to me, you know.
You feel like what?
I feel like Ghana might beat England.
This is what I'm saying, man.
That's my first prediction.
Well, I'll see you backstage.
Oh yeah, there's some more done. And now continue parting go home. Also on passing bia. But some more done say your group near tricky. Your tier 2 coaches, Otto and then Thomas Tuchel, will be as difficult and tough group. Oh no, me doing.
Rich, first of all, Oko a platform so Oko England, they are one of the best selling newspapers the Sun. Yeah, drawn we Rich, this is the front page of the Sun. Look at what they've put there. In a group that is Croatia, they are thinking about Ghana. They are thinking about Ghana. The last time I knew England boy was in 2001. The game ended 1-1. Sasa Moja and let's go after Andy Carroll. Eshe go Edema Omon.
I don't know they are to YouTube.
Yeah.
That
was the game.
Andy Carroll na share first goal in England.
Fabio Capello na England for coach.
Asamoah take ano.
Take in the 90th minute. At the MI. Now Rich, the me work for a group in Muni. As me initial comments. Minim baby I will share draw no. But the na meeting. So if I heard it right, come on no more draw. Rio Ferdinand na in terms of omo ye draw no na oye Bearman no say no Obane Bearman was Rio Ferdinand. I think I don't know if na metie ni here if you also can confirm. He kept saying say yentimi nya 2 European countries in one group. So they were skipping the groups when some ye draw na a European country. I know must skip your mom anymore.
No, you can't say one federation.
So,
but Europeans need almost one better with 2. One group.
Look, okay, so then I was confused.
Okay.
Because we say na omu draw federation bia, omu si o ni nipa omu dada.
Yeah.
Enti mi fanen.
For instance, you fan say be a group Maybe can use Senegal. So
what's
the African team? Won't you mean fan on group?
Apart from you.
Apart from you.
Okay.
It is over here. Papa na no on the last one no. Yeah port no media no. I say as I dey my. I say Refred now you keep confusing me.
Yes.
But no.
But Rich. So what groups in the nyina? I think say a coin bisono. The idea in football is here, and the reality, and I say, Rich, say born Europeans in Nimbo.
Okay.
Yes. Now so we World Cup performance, we FIFA Coca-Cola ranking. Europeans in so many Nimbo nebo. And me jidi say, you're lucky to get 2 Europeans in our group. I would have preferred maybe a Croatia one for it to even be Ecuador or any of the South American teams. I would have preferred that Colombia, any of them qualifying Bia. I would have preferred, and I'll play off for Nibimpo. I would have preferred that slot to go to one of them, Bolivia and Suriname, play off for Nibi. We were not lucky with that. But Enyaba, how do we play such a group? Rich, mini auto ya doing. we have to forget your slogan of being slow starters now. We have to forget it. Because, Rich, if we want to qualify, we need to beat Panama in your first game. Excuse bien you. Hey, your game is an assistant power, Rich. And so is simple. Beat Panama. Give yourself that confidence from a win against Panama. No. Never boost it. Never try against England. Say England shower any news. But before I will England game na we are against Croatia no, Rich, Ghana would have known which results we will need against Croatia if we want to qualify.
Okay, yenti Croatian so coach Dalic. Also after the group no. Who is saying?
We don't hear too much about Ghana. I know my friend Asamoah Gyan. He played with me. I was in LA. I know that will be very tough game. Special Ghana team is very strong, very fast. It cannot be easy for us. We must do everything checking this team. I know your ambition also pass group stage is our goal, our target, and then go step by step. Not be easy. Maybe will be a little bit easy. Will be tough game in the group stage. We'll know too much things about the next step. But full respect for Ghana team. I know they're not be easy opponents.
Okay. It seems 3 coaches meaning no.
We are respecting Ghana.
Yeah.
They all respect us.
What you Dalic also Asamoah Gyan
Yes.
Inti minimum pa.
Minimum Ghana.
And I'm minimum Ghana.
And a lot of respect. At the Ghana.
Yet na yen Ghana.
Sano be at here.
Okay.
You are Sano be at here. You see a prophet behind you. The way people respect your blasters, you know. Yeah, it's Ghana and respect your blasters, Nessa. Who cheers Thomas Tuchel? What's you?
Ghana
is yes, you were talent, and you were good history in the World Cup. That is what he said. And Dalic is saying the same thing. Rich, group Nasi Shamayan, and Southern American, the approach is straightforward. Beat Panama, a must. Osha Panama we are. It will give you a certain level of confidence and a boost. Sa confidence, you know, now the Akobo most difficult game in the group against England. No matter results a BPM in England against Ghana. By the time I overbook Croatia, Rich, now unim what you need from the Croatian game to stand a chance to qualify. And you can certain team yeah. Look, Mempese in Pempreya, me joining the commentary of Croatia team no is an aging team. Yeah. And they are a team in transition. I think it is too early to have that conversation. In Pempreya, the only conversation to me and here is to know the approach. Win Panama, take the confidence and play England. And you will know your work is cut out for you against Croatia. What you need to do against Croatia. By the time I over Croatia, say 3 points, say 4 points, 6 points. You know per the other group dynamics, you know. And I am in the Ghana group L. You know last group. And by the time I do yes, you know. Say one qualify, qualify, and even third place teams don't qualify. Points and what you need to do against Croatia if you want to qualify too. Nti you're lucky with a draw for me. To get 2 Europeans powerhouse in our group, you're lucky. But I am manageable. We can test ourselves against these teams. And Rich, this is the World Cup stage. You can't go and check it out.
No, World Cup, yeah.
You get it. You need to be prepared to play. What you say? And they say, African scene is what, Rich. Morocco and Senegal are probably your best 2 teams. Yeah. And Morocco is going to play Brazil. Senegal is going to. You need to prepare to play against these big boys. Say, World Cup stage now. Interesting group. Rich.
Michael Abebi Onema. I say, being objective, Ghana will be third in our group because we cannot beat England and Croatia. Even Panama, we must struggle. This is the weakest squad the Black Stars will parade to any World Cup ever.
Now, Rich.
Michael Abebi Onema. And the same message, Yaba.
Oh, yes, many are John paper. Of course, over ranking BBR, England and Croatia are ahead of Ghana. No doubt about that. But Richie, this is the World Cup. You don't go as accepting the normalcy. You go to upset the normalcy. That is what you go to World Cup to do. And I am they say, Rich, upon the World Cups I am Rich, a bien who I acquire, yen share tima or yen rank above us that. Even the last one, yes, South Korea, they were ranked above us, but we beat them.
Yes, US.
Yes. Yes, check.
Yes, check. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich. I think yes, Serbia.
Yes, Serbia.
Yes. Yeah, Australia about draw. We've gone to World Cups. We've upset Omar ranked above us.
Yeah, Germany. Near draw number.
Yes, you about draw against Germany.
Germany
in the group.
And your boss, I World Cup in Vienna. According to the FIFA technical
game was
that game was the best game.
Was the best game of the World Cup. And see, World Cup there, the realities are always on paper.
Okay.
But you need to always go there prepared to upset a normal NC. Then the second one, Rich.
Now, in World Cup,
this will be the weakest team Ghana ever presented to a World Cup. Minimum Rich, the weakest Ghanaian team at the World Cup was in Qatar 2022. Rich, at that World Cup, we only had Kudus. Kudus was our star player. Anya Shekra Rich, and then you bring Kudus. You can say Semenyo is there to help him because he is also playing well. Maybe at that time you add Thomas Partey in Qatar. Partey is still around. Obetimi Abua Kudus as our star boy. Then you add other players. Omuba team anymore. Rich, I think they make our team better than 2002. Even in that contest, Rich. Team Papa Bia so Beji World Cup in Biano. Rich, can you compare their quality today to the previous World Cups of Mabana? Let's take them one by one. The last time a Spain Kwaji World Cup was in South Africa 2010. Rich, can you compare that Spanish team to this current Spanish team? Governor what? But they still Angofon still tip Spain to win the World Cup. And the team Angofon can say you can't compare this Spanish team to the Spanish team that won the 2010 World Cup until you will raise them.
Even so, the current team no the Omayeno winning the European competition, blah 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 no. So we two on no any projection now. Clearly, Obaka's okay. Won't mean for this current Spain team no compare 2010 the NBG no. But the women so no. I'm actually say look at tournament biya. I'm not for bono. I'm stand out to meet me.
But Richie, in the previous World Cups Ayakwa, Ghana Yakwa not Yaya there from which bedrock. It wasn't as if we've won AFCON in any Adeko. And I at GBB. We have always gone to the World Cup like this. Team a year week. Now Yakwa see a bit my boy home on the and we've done it. The French team that last won the World Cup, even the French team Echo 2022 in Qatar. Which you better made the corner money to Ramutim way. I go to South French team. No. And the team behind in terms of generational talent. Aba from Kaka. Let's stop that. Yeah, they Ghana team to and let's look at the Ghanaian team in the context of now. Every team here has reduced in quality. Every team in the world has reduced in quality. Italy Kobo playoff. Italy. Oh, Kobo playoff. Look at the German team. Look at the German team. It's look anymore.
Even the Brazil team.
Look at the Brazilian team. Look, let's stop that argument. and Ghana team, this is the weekend.
And from now to
it doesn't make
World Cup. Look,
the argument of this is Ghana's weakest team. I echo World Cup, Rich. And this is so be our World Cup.
Okay.
Obiado, one of the weakest team na ever. In this natural name and name contest, no. Obiado the team never. Let's look teams on merit now. And let's do the argument. Na analysis, no. Come on, Rich.
Okay.
From now to June,
I'm saying, I war US and Canada, so I'm saying, the message ni be a baby. I'm saying, I ran to the message, not the Bamsen.
What?
Because our flight almost be 800. Into baby, I better dead down on the
okay. So on the average,
yeah, on average,
the flight 800. And we are all good. Okay, that is not bad. At least we have around 8,500 per Ghana, the dollar rate. You know, if I say flight to be able to be will cost you roughly 8,500. Into throughout the World Cup, how many flights are far? Any matches are winning in an essay. What can no man album?
And almost prices and so vary depending on flights in
the crowd.
Okay.
We were using metro train to go and watch games. We were underground within watch a cry within 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Now what do venue? You pay so our stadium in here. No
travel.
Take flights to go. Nti enya so kitwa
nze ayuse na suda na je ntem na ye be go bi mai to nti esramo la suda la ne be je ntem
tap send ne zoom ne 114 no
ayese ba be ka US ne Canada yani ese pa World Cup na medium say ya free already I am Ghana Premier League no come on and Nation Saucy and